Monkeypox, guys. Let's have a look what's going on here. It's like just as we get over one, another one happens. Like, can they just leave us alone, please, now? Honestly. It literally is like viral warfare. Right, I've got to be careful what I say because this is going on YouTube, remember? Let's just see, how badly is this going to affect the UK? There's already a case in Sweden. Apparently it can be on the bed sheets and be spread that way. Let's just have a look. Are we expecting another lockdown? Let's just have a look now at the current energy. I do feel that they may mention a lockdown because I keep hearing protection. And I thought, okay, that could mean they're putting protection in place for us. But I feel they're going to say they're trying to protect us as in, you know, almost like a lockdown again, that control element coming through it. It's like, see through it. I hear see through it. I think it could get to the point where they say they could do a lockdown because it's for us to benefit us when really it's to benefit them. Okay, same old story I just heard. Same old story. Same old story. Let's have a look now. Let's have a look. Monkeypox in the UK. What is going to happen? Let's look at the current energy around this, the monkeypox. Monkeypox. I don't want to say this because I heard spread like wildfire, but I hear reactions limited though. So it's almost like, it seems like it could be a bit like a diversion. Right, okay. It seems like it could be a little bit like the C word, okay, where we thought it would be absolutely, obviously it was really bad, okay, we had a lot of deaths in the UK, right, but it's like, I'm hearing diversion, so it's like the one we get wouldn't be as severe. It wouldn't be as severe. It's almost like this virus that could spread and people can get it, but they're not going to have the same symptoms that they're saying people are getting now, if that makes sense. But I still feel, I'm hearing close it down. Close it down. So could this be our borders? Close it down, shut it down. Protection for the masses, protection for the masses. Now, the only thing is when I keep getting things like protection for the masses, I'm not getting a good feeling about it. It's like there's something else behind it. Cloaks and daggers, mirrors. Honestly, guys, sorry. Some of the sayings I get through, I'm like, what are you trying to say? It's in cloaks and daggers, like, there's some kind of lies here. I can't, I never say this. I never say the same. Cloaks and daggers used to describe an exciting story involving secrets and mysteries, spies, cloak and dagger. So basically, there's something sinister about this. I even heard the word sinister. I don't think it's what we think it is. I feel it could be a lot less worse than we think, but they're going to try and blow it out of proportion. As in, the majority won't have really severe symptoms if they get it, but they're going to make out the horror stories with it, to put the fear of God into us, so we don't really want to bloody venture out. I'm hearing venture out. We won't want to venture out. But I do hear the word dismissive as well from us, the UK people. Dismissive, like F off. Are we doing this again? Dismissive. But we'll be dismissive of it after everything we've been through, all these lockdowns. But again, I do hear the fear of God. So I do feel the media are going to go off on this and try and scare the crap out of people, like they always do. I can't say a lot, guys. I'm a hypocrite. I read the papers. I read the Daily Mail. If I get bored, I have a bit of a look at the gossip. I'm as bad. I still look at the papers as well, I get drawn into it. Easy watching after working the job I do, honestly. Now we have the Tower, things falling apart. But stability and healing. Stability and healing coming back in through this. So it's like it will come, I'm hearing the word crescendo, like it could get to the worst point you can imagine. But again, I feel the worst point is more what they're putting out on the media than what's really happening to people, if that makes sense. I keep hearing throughout this whole bloody reading, fear of God. Put the fear of God into a plague. It wouldn't even surprise me if this is in the paper, headline at some point about the plague, the next plague, honestly. But then we've got stability and balance and healing coming back in, so we will overcome this. Now, I'm not sensing at the moment, the weird thing is about the lockdown situation, it's almost like right now if it came in, it'd be more out of choice. It's like people wouldn't want to go out if they do this the way they're going to do it. I mean, COVID was a virus that you're going to, you couldn't really see, but you didn't really have any symptoms on you. Monkeypox is absolutely terrifying. People do not want warts or lumps and all these things on their face and body. It looks terrifying. It is like a plague, and I feel they're going to play that to put fear into people that they won't want to leave the house, So contain. So I don't know if they're going to be able to contain it like they did with COVID and do a lockdown in that sense, because everybody will, the vast majority will fight against it. So I feel they'll use tactics, like I said in the media, fear of God, these images of people that look, horrendous, and God, hopefully they can recover from this as well. But overall, we have a lot of defiance from us coming in. We have the secrets again. We have people not being happy about if there's a lockdown. It's almost like the same sense of the C word we had before, where they were trying to control us and say it's under control, it's getting better, but it's delaying the process, and we still feel, I'm hearing house arrest. So that doesn't sound great, does it? Don't everybody freak out right now, okay? I don't want everyone to freak out. I don't feel it will be as bad as what they're going to portray. I don't feel everyone's going to flash up with these horrendous symptoms, like your neighbour and everybody like that. Like the C word, everybody got it. Pretty much everyone you knew had it, okay? I don't feel it's going to be people walking around with these symptoms like they're saying. I keep hearing the word plague and fear of God, and it's more, I feel they're trying to scare us. So I'm not saying it's not going to happen. We are going to get cases, and I feel it could grow as well. But the element of control, it's more like they know they can't control us with a lockdown. So if anything, they would try and put fear into us so we don't want to be just wandering around. That's what I feel. And I feel you are going to have something in the paper about plague, if they haven't already, to scare us all. But I will have to have a look at this later on, guys, because so far this is really early days. We don't even have a case in the UK from what I'm aware of right now. We don't even have a case in the UK. Monkeypox. We just don't have one in the UK as far as I'm aware. Okay, so the WHO have declared it a public health emergency of international concern. This was 5 days ago. Obviously, like I said, there's a case in Sweden, the first strain. But like I said, it's almost like a strain of it, which will be not what everyone expects, if that makes sense. So I feel the government are going to struggle to put us into lockdown. So instead, I'm hearing fear process. They're going to try and put fear and have all these horrendous pictures of people that have been affected by it in the papers to scare the hell out of us. But overall, it won't work. I mean, I'd say maybe 30% are going to be terrified and don't want to leave the house, but pretty much the other 70 have just woken up and be like, we're not doing this. We're not gonna take any You know what? There is something around it, by the way, that's on about some kind of medication. Now, this is actually not an injection, I'm seeing, if they try and bring one in. There's an alternative method for treatment, I'm seeing, which is a tablet form, which is going to go viral. So this could be even something on social media. Rather than take the government stuff they spew out, it's going to be something else that can help to treat it as such. I'm seeing a round, small tablet, not an injection. So I wonder if that's another side to treating it. Because I'm not planning on getting any more jabs. Don't know if you are. So yeah, overall, I hear the word fear-mongering as well. Let's do a check-in in a couple of months about this, okay? Again, I don't feel lockdown as such as of yet. If anything, it's going to be one of those lockdowns where they want us to lock ourselves down through the fear they give us about this. It's rashes, skin lesions, things along those lines from what I'm reading and what I've seen as well. Rash, fever, exhaustion, muscle ache, sore throat. And I keep hearing the fear of God, so I do feel they're going to try and scare the hell out of us on this one. But they can F off, to be honest. Right, everybody, don't fall for it. As in, don't fall for the fear, the darkness, the fear. I mean, their days are numbered anyway. And again, you know, if you're awake, you'll know what I'm talking about there. Their days are numbered, and they're going to use fear tactics as much as they can to get control over us, because people are waking up now, okay? So I'm leaving it there, and I will do another check-in on this, guys, okay? Sending you lots of love. Have a nice, peaceful evening. Be careful. Don't do what I do. Go on the Daily Mail all the time, all the papers, and scare the hell out of yourself. I need to be more aware as well what I read as well. I have to take a step back from it, okay? Because I catastrophize as well, and I freak out. I'm just like everyone else. I'm like you guys, you know. It still makes you nervous when you read all these things. And also empathically, I'm picking up a lot of unrest and energy, especially living in London. It's an incredibly intense environment to live in. If you're very empathic, it's pretty horrendous, if I'm honest. So it doesn't help. It's like this massive fear and unrest I pick up on in London. So that's why I love coming to Sweden. But I will speak to you soon. Love you guys.